Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. I'm Allie Clifton, joined by the Hall of Famer. Ooh, looking good. Big game. James Worthy, your Lakers insider, Mike Bresnahan. If you were looking for a Lakers win to complete your Christmas, there you go. Lakers get the W, pick up their first win on the season. Guys, Frank Vogel said after opening night, ring night, rightfully so, he wanted to find a better rhythm. His guys did just that. 33 assists on the night. And normally we would start with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They were great, combined for 50 points. But can we first give some love to two new Laker additions? In 2 games, they are showing up. They are showing out. Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Schroeder. Big game. Trez, 22 points, 10 of 13 from the field, 7 boards, 4 offensive. Schroeder, 18 points, 7-11 to go along with 6 dimes. They are fun.
Yeah, I got to give Rob Pelinka and the front office some serious credit for picking up, those 2 players. Yeah. Both were candidates for Sixth Man of the Year of award last year. Montrez won it. Schroeder was runner-up. This reminds me of early 2000, 2001, the making of a squad that's going to be together for a little while, especially if Schroeder gets this extension we're talking about. We're talking about guys that'll be together. They look really scary tonight as a defending champion team. They look like champions tonight. Minus the, I think it was 10 or 11 turnovers in the first half, this team looked almost unstoppable. And I know that Dallas was missing a key player, but I thought on both ends of the court, Schroeder, Pope, Caruso, the defense was sticky. They made it tough for Luka Doncic. He's a great player, hit some great shots, but I think those 2 players, the addition of those 2 players, are going to yield some very good, consistent, productive basketball. And, you don't need AD and LeBron to score all the time. You got Schroeder who can score. Montrez he's an assassin in the post. He flashes in. You don't see that a lot anymore where bigs actually, they get in the paint and they spread out and they get it.
How many times did you see his numbers? I said that.
Every freaking play, it
when
seems like.
When you see a player's numbers on the block, what do you do?
You give it to him.
Give him the rock.
Immediately. And he flashes in like so big and wide and strong, so this team is going to be good. I know that they're going to be tested, but they got that ring ceremony game over and they came to play tonight.
James, I don't know if it's the hat or the analysis, but you were completely on point tonight. Look spectacular. Love everything you're saying. Last season, it was kind of a grab bag. Who's going to be the Lakers' 3rd best player after LeBron and AD, obviously? And it was kind of like a Rondo maybe some nights, Dwight Howard some nights, Kuzma, of course, can't forget Kyle. I think that race is going to be really dynamic this season. Will be Montrez as the 3rd best player of a particular game. Schroeder. Kuzma, again, kind of quietly doing his thing tonight.
Yes, he did.
Very, very much below the radar, but getting some rebounds, getting some scoring, looked assertive on defense, too. But you just can't say enough about the job that the Laker front office did getting Montrezl Harrell, a surprise free agent signing for them. Remember, they had only $9.3 million. That was their highest they could spend for one player for this upcoming season, for this season in particular, the salary, and they did that. And, of course, getting Schroeder for a late first-round pick and Danny Green. 2 really good additions. No other way to say it.
Look, we talk a lot here in the offseason about the many combinations that Frank Vogel has in his toolbox to go to. And I was writing a few down. I got 9 over here. And Dennis Schroeder and Montrezl Harrell were in 7 of those different kind of looks, those different kind of opportunities. It is no wonder we got the Woj bomb right before tonight's game about the Lakers already wanting to be in contract negotiations with the young point guard. He is one of those guys, we talked about it coming into this season, who can take off that pressure with a guy like LeBron James, who can really settle down the offense, but can be effective and impactful as well, all the while playmaking.
No question. I think it was maybe the 3rd, maybe a little bit of the 4th quarter. AD was out of the game. I didn't even realize that he was out of the game that long, and they were able to keep it going. Schroeder hitting threes. He gets into the paint, and he hesitates. He shoots a floater. 3 layups for 3-point plays, and then Montrez offensive rebounds. They know how to sustain a game. It's almost like you got 2 all-star kind of caliber players. So I was very impressed with the way they played today. And then Morris played well. And you mentioned Kuzma. Not big, flashy numbers, but very important plays defensively and hit some big shots offensively. So they were well-rounded, took the comeback, and then was able to, move ahead and surge on. So, yeah, I was very impressed. I know it's only game 2, but they looked like they were in championship form tonight as they were in the bubble. It was very impressive.
And James, you got to like this about Schroeder. All right, earlier this month, he told the media, I want to start, okay? He was a backup the last couple years in OKC. After being a starter his last couple years in Atlanta, and he was great as a reserve role. As he already said, he was the runner-up for the Sixth Man of the Year award last season. But make no mistake, he got traded to the Lakers, 1 year left on this deal, and he said, I want to start for this team. And not only is he starting, he's excelling, and he's blending in perfectly. I thought the first game, maybe the shot efficiency wasn't there. Tonight, though, he was firing on just about every number you could want. And Montrez, anytime you go, 10 for 13? That's what I call a good night. And not just, dunks and putbacks and that type of thing. Hit a little bit of range, a couple baseline jumpers, 14 to 16 feet.
Shot looked nice.
That's kind of a different look for him. If he's going to hit that stuff, that's really going to expand his game and help the Lakers as a whole.
And he lets you know he's there. I mean, when he commits an offensive foul, it's an offensive foul. And you know he's there, and you know he's going to hit, and you know he's going to be physical.
Yep.
And for an opponent, you plant that seed in an opponent's head, and it's something to think about. When he's in there, banging, you say, where's the beef? Montrez has got a lot of it.
Oh, it's there.
Speaking of physicality, after game 1, we were thinking just 38 paint points for the Lakers. That seemed a little uncharacteristic. Tonight they got out in transition, had 15 fast break points just in the first half alone.
Wow.
But let me read this stat to you, and you put it into perspective. They dominated the boards, 53-27, 17 offensive rebounds, which led to 35-0 in second chance opportunities.
Yeah.
The second game of the season.
That's understanding where to get your bread and butter. It might not come in points like shooting and shots, but offensive rebounds. And they should have tonight. Collectively, they did a good job. Everyone was rebounding. AD, Montrez, the guards. So if they're going to rebound like that, that gets their fast break going. And you saw tonight, when they're out and running, they just can't beat them. But it starts with the defense. It starts with the points in the paint, layups. I just thought they executed well tonight.
That's an outstanding stat right there. I've never heard such a disparity. 35 zip. I mean, that's crazy right there. And the Lakers, as we know, they lost 2 very good centers, veteran centers in JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. Dwight left as a free agent, and JaVale is basically traded to help get Marc Gasol some more cash. All right, so you're going to lose rebounding and definitely shot blocking with those guys. But if Montrez keeps doing what he's doing, Anthony Davis, LeBron, those guys can rebound a little bit too. The Lakers might not fall that far back in the rebounding category, as some people predicted, when you lose a JaVale and a Dwight in the same offseason.
Just such intention. The battle on the boards. Again, I said 17 offensive rebounds for the Lakers, just 3 for Dallas.
Oh, you can't win like that if you're
following the game plan.
Yeah,
they are.
We'll get to LeBron James and Anthony Davis because they were great as well. But first, let's check out the highlight in case you missed it. We get you another shot that falls.
And LeBron said, yeah, we looking good.
115-138, your final. A Lake Show win. Anthony Davis, 28. LeBron James, 22, 10 assists. Montrez again, 22 points, 10 of 13. So efficient, 7 boards. Luka Doncic finishes with 27 and 7 dimes. Let's hear from Frank Vogel. He is speaking with Mike Trudell in the media on Zoom.
Yeah, we have a lot of offensive firepower, and our guys had a motivated spirit after the game 1 loss. We're in attack mode. Attacking the paint. We're also thinking extra pass basketball, and we had 33 assists and strong offensive performance.
Just wanted to ask you about Harrell specifically with that second unit, the efficiency that he had, how he's able to operate from what you've seen in practice, what you saw last year, and how it's playing off on your roster.
Yeah, the simplest way to put it is he catches everything and he finishes everything. He's just he's a talented guy. Whether it's rolls through the basket, offensive rebounds, he's just got a great knack for his little hook shots and push shots in the paint. You can post him some, and the reason he was 6th man of the year last year, and a reason why we wanted to pick him up. He just had a terrific night, 10 for 13, 22 points.
Kyle Goon.
Yeah, Frank. It seemed like you guys had some mixed success on Doncic, but how do you feel like that defensive plan worked for earlier in the year against a really high-powered star?
Yeah, probably not good enough. Luckily, our offense was clicking the way it was. But, I do think that we did a decent job on the three-point line. This team's capable of making 20-plus threes if you overcommit to your helps. And, we just try to compete as best we can with Luka in terms of, shooting a low percentage, keeping them from making a lot of threes. And, like I said, trying not to overhelp and open up their three-point game.
Dan Wicke.
Hey, Frank. Is one of the hopes with this roster that you might be able to close games like you did tonight with either LeBron or AD on the bench because of kind of the firepower you have? And is that one of the advantages of Schroeder and Harrell?
It's a dual-purpose thing. We want to get, our depth, enough reps, whether it's returning guys or new guys, to get their legs on them, to get the rhythm and timing up, while also managing LeBron and Anthony's minutes early in the season. And, obviously anytime you can build a lead up enough where you can sit your starters towards the end of the game, that's always positive.
Did you ever come close to putting him back in at all during that stretch?
I'm always, cautious of how the game can turn. So, I didn't really, I never really mentally have them completely out of the game until I empty the bench.
Dave McMenamin.
Frank, what was the part of the offensive explosion do you feel like is most responsible for? You shoot almost twice as well from the three than you did in opening night against the Clippers. Is there a point where you guys find rhythm as a team because you haven't had that much time together? Is it a mix of the looks you're getting against the Mavs defense? What can you account for that?
I think it starts with LeBron and Anthony playing at a high level. That puts a lot of pressure on the defense to commit, and those guys are willing passers. So, you move on to the basketball around with the firepower that we have and commit to the open shot. We're going to shoot a high percentage. And I'd also say we just have a number of guys playing well. Obviously, Trez and Dennis with his ability to get in the paint and create for others. Kuz played well. A lot of guys played well individually. But, again, when you have the type of guys that we have that can attack, still make extra passes when the help comes, you have a chance to have, to produce the way we did tonight.
Jovan.
Hey, Frank. The other day you said that you told Kyle that you wanted him to bring energy on both ends of the floor. What did you think of his energy tonight? He had a couple offensive rebounds, a nice block defensively. What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, I think he's playing at a high level, and what I think he really improved upon last year is impacting the game in ways other than scoring. And, the defensive effort, the defensive glass, blocking shots like he did tonight on that one help side play. And then offensively, whether he has the ball or not, he's going to be really, really active. Crashing the glass, cutting through the basket, moving out the basketball, and then obviously the ability to get hot the way he did tonight as well. So just a very versatile guy. It's a reason why we have a strong belief in him, man. And he's a big part of the thing.
Next game is on Sunday against.
He assured everyone yesterday, I'm going to be okay, and he definitely is okay.
31 minutes played tonight, of course. When LeBron James is on the floor, he likes to push the pace. Let's do a little Axis 360 because tonight 20 fast break points for the Lakers makes them dangerous.
Yeah, Lakers are at their best when they're playing good defense, forcing turnovers, and then getting out on the break before the defense can get set. Let's take a look at some of their issues. But when they get out on the break, I haven't seen anyone that can stop their fast break when they're in full force. So many options. LeBron can lead it. AD can lead it. Schroeder can lead it. The long pass is out before the defense can get set. Very impressive. As Ali said, 20 fast break points. That's pretty damn good, Rez.
Strong stuff. Great breakdown, too. I mean, Dallas, not great defensively. They got some work to do in that category, sitting at 0-2 right now. Porzingis back in a couple weeks. But that Laker offense, maybe a tough night in the opener against the Clippers, no doubt about it. Short offseason for the Lakers. We've talked about that a lot. But that offense is going to be something to be reckoned with. Lakers look better on paper this season than they were a year ago, and they're starting to show it on the hardwood.
In 5 days, LeBron James will be 36 years old.
Wow.
We said it in the pregame. He didn't look rusty in the opening night, but one thing we all do know is that he is going to take time to work himself back into LeBron James form when it comes to an NBA season. Again, we said it. 22 points on 8 of 18 from the field, 10 assists, 3 rebounds shy of a triple-double.
Amazing. And he does it quietly and methodically. And then you look at the stat sheet and you're like, wow, he almost had a triple-double. You know, we expect it out of him every night. If it's 82 games, we expect the king to come out and get triple doubles every night. It's impossible. Even on a subpar night, he's still impactful. To bounce back from the ring ceremony, he's a leader. And he knows if he only can do it for 15 to 20 minutes, he's leading his team. And I'm very impressed with, at 36 years old, that he's going up against a 21-year-old and still getting it done.
And I think LeBron respects Doncic, no doubt about it. But maybe there's a little bit of him saying, I'm not quite ready to pass that torch just yet. Another stat that I think is really important for LeBron, in the first 2 games of the season, he's averaging under 30 minutes a game, right around 29 and a half. Now, part of that is he left the opener about halfway through the fourth quarter, did not return with that rolled ankle. But if they can keep him in the low 30s, per game, and he might sit out a few games. You know, it'll be interesting to see what the Lakers do. Their first back-to-back coming up in just a couple days. Portland, Minnesota, back-to-back. We'll see what they do with that. But if Montrez and Schroeder and Kuzma all keep playing well, you know, LeBron and AD might be able to just kind of sit back a little bit more than people thought they'd be able to.
Speaking of, more to come on Access. Kyle Kuzma hit the buzzer beater to end the first half. 13 points tonight off the bench. Lakers win 138-115. We'll have more right after this. Forwards won by the Lake show the offensive rebound, second chance points, assists. Much better from game 1 to game 2. Again, still so early. The 60-40 in bench points. Lakers taking a lot of pride in that depth and proving as to why they should be.
We got to call Elias Bureau. See if that 35 zip is some sort of record. Because that's massive right there. It was the last team got no points from second chance opportunities.
Seems crazy. We just talked about LeBron James, Anthony Davis. When we talk about the 33 assists tonight, between LeBron James and Anthony Davis, guys, they combined for 15 of those 33. But AD, from the get-go, 9 points in the first. He had 18 at the half. I mean, was just dominating, finding his spots wherever he wanted on the floor. Hit the mark. Frank Vogel wants him to attempt 5 threes. He was 3 of 5 from deep. I mean, what more do you want from a guy who's rounding into form here in the season? And
I wish Pat Riley would have let me just shoot 2 a game.
He wants him to take them.
Yeah, and you know what? He can knock them down. It just makes him more versatile, unstoppable. And if he makes a couple of assists early in the game, that clearly opens it up for him, because now they see him as a danger as an assist guy, because they know they have to leave somebody open. He's a smart player. I've seen him communicate with players defensively, running the fast break. He got his points kind of, you know, easily tonight. He ran the break. He dared them to come and double team. He'd make the assist, and then his shot selection is so versatile that you don't know how to guard him. You can't force him left. You can't force him right. You can't lay off of him. You can't get too close to him. Very impressive.
Yeah, his numbers in the opener against the Clippers, a little quiet by AD standards, only 18 points. And look, he and LeBron might have these little valleys from time to time, especially in the start of the season with so little downtime during the offseason. But tonight we saw the full arsenal of Anthony Davis, whether it's passing, shooting. You know, he just did just about everything you could want a guy to do, no doubt about it. You know, people said that Luka might be or is the preseason MVP favorite if you're going to Vegas and trying to make a bet. Maybe AD should move up a couple pegs.
In that conversation.
Especially with an effort like tonight, very well-rounded.
The thing that's been fun to watch, even though it's a small sample size, is we know what Anthony Davis can do alone. His potential in the offensive end. But when you're seeing this team gel and come together, just the many combinations, the many ways in which he can be a part of pick and roll situations, the assist aspect that he can bring to this team, it just makes him more dynamic as a whole, which is scary. We did talk about LeBron James and what he did tonight. Let's check out what we looked at in the pregame and kind of give an update, because when it comes to points scored on Christmas Day, he needed 35 to be up on top with the late, great Kobe Bryant. Now just, let me do my math, 12
Next
behind.
Christmas.
Well done.
Points scored on Christmas Day.
He must have gone to
Thank you.
Wisconsin.
He did tie his good buddy Dwayne Wade for most games won on Christmas today with 10 wins apiece.
Yeah, Oscar Robertson.
That's big to pass him, James.
Google him if you don't know him.
A big O.
James, I want to go back to you shooting threes. Riley never let you do that?
Nah, you had to have a certain percentage.
Yeah?
I think you had to be 35% to even attempt one. So Byron and Coop were the only three-point shooters we had.
Now, Kurt Rambis once told me, he said, if only Riley had let me shoot threes, it would have been game on.
Yeah.
Is that true?
We didn't let Kurt shoot at all.
He had his role. He stuck to it. Get the rebounds.
It was a layup.
Play some tough defense.
Rambo. I like this hat, man. It's kind of cool.
You look good, James. You look good.
On out of here to the club tonight.
Speaking of shooting and someone who really likes fashion, Kyle Kuzma scored 13 points off the bench. He's speaking
You
with
can
the
take
media.
some lessons from James tonight. Tell you.
You guys rebounded the Mavs, able to dominate the board so well.
Making them take tough shots. I think that was the biggest thing. Everybody tonight, did what they had to do on the defensive end of the floor and made them make tough shots, and they made some and missed some. We were able to really hold them one shot off of it. So.
All right, Brad Turner, please.
I know, I'm trying to get it.
There you go, BT.
About the play of the bench, especially you, Montrez, and Marcus Morris. How deep is this team? I'm sorry, Keith Morris. How deep are you guys, and how much are you guys able to help the starters out tonight?
We're a deep team. We have like five or six guys that are any given night can get you 20. We all just come in and play with energy. Just try to keep the game afloat or take the game over. So.
Right here. Kyle Goon, please.
Hey, Coach, what do you think helps this team in particular kind of advance its sort of understanding on offense and ability to pass the ball and understand? All right. All right. Can you hear me?
All right, Kyle. I think we lost you for a second there, Kyle. Do you want to start over?
Yeah. Just what helps these guys able to kind of blend on offense so well and be able to move the ball and understand where each other is going to be?
Like I kind of said, we got a lot of guys on this team, a lot of talented players. So, the only thing that can really stop us is ourselves. So we just try to not take bad shots. Everyone's just trying to move the ball and get the best shot possible, whether that's the person that has the ball or someone.
38-99.
It's two bad ones in a row for Golden State, two wipeouts.
Truly, really is the best day in the NBA. Game
Good
after
basketball.
game. There's still one going on now as we speak.
Bunch of eggnog drinkers today, baby.
18 points and 6 assists for Dennis Schroeder in the win. He's now speaking with the media.
You had a great game tonight. Happy holidays. Can you just speak on just the continuity with the team and how you are able to gel together so quickly?
I mean, they're making it easy for me, the transition since the first day in practice. I think everybody came together. We really don't have no young guys really. It's all, professionals who are taking it serious. So I think AD and LeBron, they led the way and did a great job, just pushing us in that situation. And I think everybody feeling comfortable and everybody just go out there and play.
Kyle Goon, please.
Hey, Dennis. Just being able to play a game like that where the team was so potent offensively on Christmas, are you just having fun? I mean, is this sort of the stage that you wanted when you came here?
I think this group here is it's fun. We want to get stops on the defensive end, but then let me just 1-on-1, on the offensive end and make it as fast as possible.
And I think, that's our philosophy. We want to go out there, play with energy, get stops, and run. And that's what we did tonight. We just got to keep getting better from here.
Jovan?
Hey, Dennis. I'm curious about the offense of spacing with the starting group because LeBron and AD command so much attention, and then you got Mark and KCP, searching the floor. It feels like you're just getting right to the rim. You have a runway to the rim. What's that like for you in playing with that type of spacing and just kind of those weapons?
Like I said, we feeling ourselves. We want to get to know each other, and then I think in practice, start in practice, get to know each other in games, especially now. I see that I can go right open to the lane and put pressure on the rim, and nobody really helping. So I can be aggressive because they draw so much attention with KCP out there with the three. LeBron and AD, like you said, and even Mark, he can stretch the floor. So it's a lot of space for me to attack.
Still to come on Access, AD got his milk and his cookies tonight. 28 points, 8 boards for the Brow. We'll have more right after the break. Points for Kyrie Irving. We talked last season how it all kind of transitioned to NBA duos, dynamic duos. This is the new one in the East, and they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, they are a dynamic duo because they put up buckets, really easily.
Right.
I look at what Durant 29 and Kyrie Irving 37. That's pretty impressive. The only thing that I'm concerned about with them, there's only one other player in double figures off the bench. If they're going to have a supporting cast when they go deep into the playoffs. But this duo right here is enough to carry whatever supporting cast they have a long way, in my opinion.
They look like they're over whatever injuries bothered them in the last couple of years. Kyrie, don't forget, he had a very spotty first year with Brooklyn, didn't play a lot of games, kind of jousted with the media out there. And of course, Durant just sat out the entire season. Both those guys look great. I mean, they look like the kings of the East right now. Boston 0-2, by the way. James, I know on Christmas, that's another nice little stocking stuff for you, the Celtics, after that slow start.
Look, you love to see the best playing in the game. Of course, as we knew last year with Golden State, there was no Steph, there was no Clay. This year, no Clay. Last season, as you mentioned, we were without KD because of the Achilles tear. Isn't it nice to see KD back in action? I mean, people are already saying it's only 2 games, but they're saying he is the KD who left before the Achilles injury, that he should be up for most valuable player, just the way he is playing already. It's good to see the game's biggest stars available.
You want everybody healthy.
Yeah.
Because that's what competition is all about. You want the best players on the floor, and you want them to be healthy. And it's good to see in the NBA, with the exception of a few players, Klay Thompson, unfortunate injury, it's good to see the league at full strength. That means every night that they show a game on TV or whatever, it's going to be superstars on each team, and that's what you want. And the competition, it's going to be pretty interesting come playoff time.
What do you do if you're Golden State? You're 0-2. You've lost both games by an average of, just guessing, 25 points.
Can we tell you what they do?
Yeah, what's the next step?
I'm going to steal Steph Curry's line. Win immediately. He said that tonight after the game in Milwaukee. We need to win, and we need to do it immediately.
Yeah. I mean,
a win can change the mindset. And, even though they're without Klay, they still are a super talented team. They got to get a win under their belt. That's right. Win corrects a lot of things.
No Draymond yet either. He hasn't played either game.
That's true. They're a little short-handed, but get a win.
Yeah, Oubre and Andrew Wiggins off to a very slow start.
February 18th, circle that on the calendar. That's Lakers-Nets first matchup of the season.
I like that.
We'll be back right after this.
Brooklyn.
What's it like seeing Harrell and Schroeder, Kuz, a couple other guys, all that firepower, be able to go off like that to compliment you?
Yeah, man, we got a really good team. We got a really good team that's well balanced. That night shift. Me and Brian don't have it going. It's going from 4 o'clock, 6 guys. Me and Mark was talking. Mark hasn't even gotten the rhythm. Offensively, haven't even got many shots. A guy who can score the ball, so he can shoot the ball. So we're continuously trying to find our rhythm, trying to find our chemistry together. Tonight would have been like that.
With the offense coming easy, what are you noticing on the defensive end and the areas where you feel like you guys need to get better to try to get back to where you were last year?
We did a good job tonight. In transition, we did a good job with our coverages. Better job talking tonight. I think we still can get better at, fouling, not fouling. We put into a line a lot. And a little bit of overhelping, trying to help guys when guys get beat off the dribble and they're kicking out for threes. So especially a team like this who shoots on the threes, we definitely want to let them back in the game more, continue to shoot open threes on us. But I think we did a better job tonight on our coverages, talking on defensive end and just covering better.
Dave?
AD, what is it going to take to get Wes and Mark going the same way Trez and Dennis have so far?
More time. I mean, both of those guys are experienced players. Both of those guys can make plays on both ends of the floor. Like I said, we got a lot of guys on our team. I mean, it's a good problem. And it's good, as they're working their way back into the swing of things and trying to find their rhythm, we can still have other guys come in and make plays for us. So they can take all the time they need to get back in the rhythm. Obviously, we asking a lot from them to come in. Let's play both sides of the ball. West guard, one of the best perimeter players on the other team. And Mark do a lot for us on the offensive end, and his passing ability, and on the defensive end. So we ask a lot from him. So we're gonna give him time to get back in the rhythm and get used to our offense and playing with some of our guys. But as they come along, we still have other guys that can play for us.
Kyle Goon.
Hey, AD. There's some reports that Dennis is potentially, looking at doing an extension sometime during the season with the Lakers. And he said just now that he would love to if it can be worked out on both sides. What have you seen this last month about Dennis's fit within the organization?
He adapted really quickly. I only got a chance to play alongside him for I think 4 games now, 2 preseason, 2 regular season, and we're constantly doing that chemistry. He's a guy who wants to learn, who wants to be great on both sides of the ball. He's always talking, trying to figure out how he can get better and help the team. But what I see, he likes to hear so far, and that would be great to lock him in for the next couple years and be able to do something done.
Dan Wookey.
Hey, Anthony, Merry Christmas. I'm wondering, Frank said that he thought the loss against the Clippers didn't sit very well with you guys. I'm curious, after that game, there was a lot of talk about just sort of like how surreal it was that you were even back playing. What was it like in the 24 hours after that? Is that when like the kind of the loss part of it kicked in? And do you think that kind of helped you guys get more focused offensively or any of that stuff that happened early, more energy early in this game tonight?
I think it was the film. I mean, we watched film and realized how we can be better on both sides of the ball. It was our first game together. Sometimes we have guys who sit out in preseason. You don't get that chemistry. And then we didn't really have much practice time. We were together for like 9 days at that time. And the more and more we get to play with each other, the more we're going to figure things out. But we went to the film and realized that we can be a lot better. And we pride ourselves on not losing 2 in a row. We did the same thing last year. We never want to lose 2 games in a row, so we know we're going to come out and get this game. And come out with a lot of energy and effort. Guys felt a lot better body-wise and mentally. Obviously getting the rings was a big deal for us. And it just didn't feel like a real game. It felt also surreal. And we was able to come out tonight and put all that behind us and make sure that we did whatever we could to get to the win.
All right, a few more. Melissa Rowland.
Hey, D, you guys outscored the Mavs 35-0 tonight in second chance points. What does that say about your guys' effort? And then also Frank said that was a point of emphasis heading into tonight's game. Like, what does it show that you guys are able to respond so strongly to things that are brought up?
Yeah, knowing that we got a lot of older guys, we do have a lot of practices, but we don't want to, overdo it in practice, but be on the court very long. So a lot of times it might be a mental practice where we walk through things and doing a lot of cerebral things. And, there's always an emphasis on crashing the glass. Myself, Trez, Schools, Ron, we want to get second chance points and kick it out to our shooters and to be able to make shots. So, anytime a guy, shoots the ball, we want to get 2, maybe 3 guys crashing the board and picking out to guys. We did a good job of that tonight. Then get extra effort plays for our team, and they can win a ball game. And they did for us tonight.
All right, last one, Harrison Fake.
Hey, D. I know that last year you kind of pushed back on the idea that you didn't want to play center, but for you this year with kind of the quick turnaround and the abbreviated season, do you have any extra concern about the wear and tear of playing that position more at all this year if you had to?
No, I really, we got Trez and Mark who can play the 5, but there's going to be games where I have to play the 5, and, me and Coach talked about it, so I'm prepared to do that as well, and he's going to be smart about when to do it. There's always a conversation. He has a great thing with talking to his players and making sure that we're always on the same page. So every time me and saying, "Hey, you play 5 this game," and I think it's not a good game, or I might come to him and say, "Coach, let me play the 5 tonight." I think it's a great matchup for me to play the 5, and we have a conversation about it and see where it goes.
Thank you, AD.
From one superstar to the next, here it is, LeBron James. It's always something. Ties his buddy Dwayne Wade for most wins on Christmas Day, each with 10. Let's hear from LeBron. He's chatting with Mike and company.
Hey, LeBron, Merry Christmas. AD just mentioned that your guys' some of the things and the clear, obvious ways that you can improve from the first game. How did that correlate to the offense specifically tonight, just how crisp it was and how efficient both the starters and the bench were?
We could have cracked 40 assists if we were more careless with some of our turnovers, especially in that second quarter. But the way we're moving the ball, the way we were sharing the ball, and just keeping everybody involved, keeping everybody feeling very comfortable on the offensive end, just comes from the film, like you said, that we dived into the last couple days.
Any specific thoughts on just Trez and Shooter and the way that they're able to create offense like tonight, and on a night where you and AD still do your typical efficient scoring, albeit in fewer minutes?
Yeah, that's what we have them for. We saw what they were able to do last year, both with their respective teams last year, and their ability to score, their ability to be efficient as well, just adds to our firepower that we have. So, it was great to see that tonight. They both felt and seemed more comfortable in what we wanted to do, what we wanted to accomplish offensively. And, it was big for our team.
Dave?
LeBron, Merry Christmas. I got 2 for you if I could. One of the notable Christmas Day moments of your career is playing in Staples Center on the Heat, catching an alley-oop off the glass from Dwayne Wade. Tonight, you were the guy throwing the alley-oop to AD. Could you talk about the parallel of those moments?
Obviously, the setting is a lot different. Being in Staples Center for Christmas is just it's an unbelievable feeling. We had it last year. We played the Clippers with our fans here, and just rejoicing in the excitement from our fans, being a part of a beautiful, Christmas Day. But being able to have the correlation of me catching lobs from D Wade in the past, and then me being able to switch it off and throw the lobs to ADs like tonight, it's definitely a blessing.
And a quick second one, if I could. You told us that wine was to be part of your rehab process to get that ankle right. Is there any side effect to the wine affecting that free throw in the third quarter, or what happened there?
No, I told you the other night, when I drink, the wine goes from straight down to the left side of my body. Tonight, I shot the free throw with my right hand, so it had bad side effects. So I'm gonna see if I can drink some wine. If I can shoot it down to the right side of my body, maybe it'll help my free throw, and I can give me a little bit more strength to where it doesn't hit absolutely nothing. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I need to drink upside down tonight, maybe vampire style. We'll see.
Dan?
LeBron, it's a bottle in both hands is usually what works. That's typically just from my experience. I'm curious. Obviously, you guys had a really clear identity last year, and the formula was pretty laid out for how you would win. How willing and open do you have to be for that formula to be changed when the parts change like the way they did this year? Or is it going to be? Is it the same formula?
No, it's the same formula. I mean, our formula last year was to defend at a high level, rebound, and then on the offensive end, just share the ball. And we had 2 heavy hitters that we knew that could make big time shots and big time moments. But we also had complementary guys that we knew that we could get them the opportunities, as you guys see in the postseason. And it's the same. We have 2 heavy hitters, myself and an AD. And we also got some guys that can just do some great things. I mean, and as you've seen tonight, Trez, Schroeder, and Kuz. You can never forget about KCP because he has the ability to go off as well. And that's just to name a few. So we know what our identity is. Our team know what our identity is. And, the ball is going to be in me and AD's hand for the majority of the time. But we have the ability to be able to defer, to Dennis. And he can run the offense, be able to defer and get the ball to Trez in the low post and he do his thing, be able to get the ball to Kuz in his sweet spots as well. So we know who we are, and we want to continue to build off that.
Kyle, good.
Hey, Brown, Merry Christmas. Just sort of following up off of that, you talk about, who you are. And obviously, when you look at the scores you have on this team, you knew the potential. What's it like to kind of see that score 138 points in a game and you only have to score 22 of that? Is that sort of invigorating to be in this situation, see it unfold?
That's what the game asked for. The game asked for and called for being well balanced. And we have 4 guys that basically was in the 20s or close to it. I think Dennis had 18. We was just moving the ball. Everyone was in a great rhythm. Trez did a great job of offensive rebounding. He also did a great job of being post and making his shots. AD was AD, but I felt Dennis was just more aggressive tonight, going into his pick and rolls at times. He stopped behind and made him, got to the lane, got his finishes, got his mid-range going. But, we have the ability to where we can have 4, maybe even 5 guys that can score in the 20s, along with Kuz on any given night, as long as we're sharing the ball, as long as we're efficient, as long as we're defending. So it was a beautiful thing to see.
Okay, we're going to take 2 more. Melissa Rowland.
Hey, LeBron, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You posted about how you woke up and you were so excited to play at Christmas night. What's it like in your 17th season? Are you just as excited to play on Christmas as you were early on? And what's it like? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning before this type of a game?
Yeah. I appreciate you, Melissa, for making me feel a year younger. Thank you. But I felt great. I mean, I woke up early this morning. We all have to, we have to do our testing, our NBA protocol testing. So I had to leave the house early to go test at our facility. And then I came back home and it was time to open gifts with the kids, which was a great moment. I watched some of the early game that came on at 9. I think it was the Pelicans and the Heat. I watched a little bit of that. Once the kids went off and played with their toys, I went back to the room and took me a nap and was excited when I woke up to get down the staples and get ready to go. So it's been a very good day. And now I'm going to go home and be double-fisted so I can not airball the free throw in next game. So that's what it is.
All right, we'll take 1 more. Let's go, David in Italy.
Hey, LeBron. Merry Christmas from Italy.
Merry Christmas, David.
I'm curious about your level of game. Coach Vogel is saying that your minutes need to be looked at. How do you feel?
I think it's a conspiracy in this league about my minutes needing to be looked at, and everyone just follows the train. No, I'm just messing around. Listen, whatever a coach and the coaching staff or the players, I'm ready to do whatever. If coach wants to limit my minutes early on in the season, he can do that. If he wants to play me some games where it's a high minutes, be trying to win the ball game, he can do that too. I train my body for whatever. I'm not your typical guy that's in his 18th season. I try to show it to you guys over and over and over. I remember I was in year 13, they were saying the same thing. And then year 14, limited minutes, year 15, 16. So, it's the same story for me. But, for me personally, I train my body for a marathon. I train my body for whatever. And whatever the game or whatever the day has in store, I'm ready for that. So, learning from my mom and learning from some OGs growing up. OGs for you, David, is original gangsters. I know you guys gotta have a lot of those in Italy. I know that for sure. I'm a big mob guy. They say if you stay ready, you never got to get ready. So that's what I believe in, and that's what I strive for. So, Merry Christmas, love you guys, and all that good stuff. Cheers.
From cheers to going home and double fisting to talking about how he was off balance because the wine went to the wrong side of the body. I mean, big game. Are you going to be double fisting after the show?
Hell yeah. If that means having 2 bottles of wine in your hand.
Do you use wine to balance out your swing on the golf course?
I do like to have a sip of alcohol while I'm playing. Either a little, I have a drink called the Worthy Splash. So a little tequila with a little pineapple splash. Just a little swing lube, make it nice and smooth.
I want to golf with you so badly.
Oh, what a day.
I started double fisting at halftime.
Hey,
so.
Jason knows.